In this tutorial, we'll be talking about Inventor file types. Okay, so Autodesk Inventor has many file types, and then these file types are used for each of the type of files found in Inventor. So, for example, when you create a part or component, it is stored with a file type which is different from that used for storing assembly files. Okay, so this method or system makes the design process more efficient. And then one way you can identify or distinguish the file type is their extensions. So for example, the .ipt type of file represents components or parts in Inventor. Okay, so we've opened Inventor and then we are on the first interface. Right, so when you click on new, you're able to see the different templates for each of the different file types that we have in Inventor. Okay, so there's the .ipt, .iam, .dwg, and then .idw file templates, and then the .ipn. Okay, so let's talk about the .ipt. So .ipt, they are file types that they are used to store body components or parts. Okay, so body components, they are, in fact, parts are basically body components, right? They form parts of an assembly. Okay, so an example is shaft, bolts, etc. Okay, so this is an example of a part. Okay, so you would see that it has an extension of .ipt. Was because we chose the parts template, the .ipt template. Okay, and so the second one that we'll be talking about is the .iam, the assembly file. And then the assembly file types, they are used to store assemblies. That is different components or parts brought together to form a model or a design. Okay, so an example is this one. You see, this assembly consists of different parts that has been highlighted when I hover the mouse cursor over it. See that it will be highlighted. So they are different parts, okay, that comes together to form the assembly. Okay, so you'll see that it has been stored with a .iam, that's the assembly file extension. All right, then the next one that we will be talking about is the .dwg and then the .idw. They are the drawing files. Okay, the drawing file types, sorry. And so they are used to store design documentation, which includes sectional views, orthographic views, bill of materials, etc. Okay, and they also used to store 2D drawings, right? So when you come here, .dwg. Okay, so this is an example of what you can use the .dwg or the .idw to store or to save, right? You'll see that it has a .dwg, indicating that it is a detailed file part, or .dwg file type, right? So this is a 2D drawing. So you can either save it with a .idw or .dwg. Okay, and so the last file type is the exploded view. Sorry, the .ipn, that's the presentation file, and these are basically used to store exploded or disassembled views of assemblies. Okay, so when you come here, you see an exploded view of an assembly. All right, sorry, yeah. So when you see this one, then it means that the extension or its file type is the .ipn file type or .ipn extension. Okay, so thank you very much for watching this tutorial, and I hope you enjoyed it. So we will meet in the next tutorial. Okay, so this is a summary of what we've talked about so far.